I was first diagnosed March of 2011. So while I was working, I noticed out of the blue that my feet were numb. And as the weeks progressed, it gradually went up my calf and all the way to my sternum. And it was hard for me to move. I was extremely exhausted all the time. I don't have very much feeling in my body. Sometimes it's really difficult to walk. I'm able to walk, but I have to really focus on walking. My memory, sometimes I just stop and I forget what I've said or what someone's asked me. I just have to be patient with myself and know that things are going to happen. I'm going to drop something. I can't run like I used to. I can't exercise, and so I do what I can. I just take it one day at a time. For him, it's hard for him to recognize that mommy needs a timeout, mommy needs to rest, or let's play a game on the ground. You grew up and think
what pink?
That as he grows up, I'm gonna go to his games and we're gonna play ball and we're gonna run and we're gonna tackle, and the fear and the uncertainty of not knowing if I'll be able to do those things is really saddening. It can be pretty depressing.
I was diagnosed in 2007. I was 22 years old, and I woke up with numbness and tingling and blurriness in my left eye. And I grew up as an athlete, and I knew something was wrong. My coordination was off. I was running into things, and I went to the hospital, and they gave me MRIs and a spinal tap, and sure enough, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. The biggest challenge was when I was having issues with my walking, and I used to go for a run, and I can't go for a run anymore, and that was really difficult. And then when I had issues with my vision, something that I've taken for granted my entire life, and I didn't realize it, is your eyesight until you lose it. And when you lose it, it's something you realize you've taken it for granted. I think that something that's scary is that I do have lesions on my optic nerves and a part of my brain that does affect the vision, but when it gets too hot, my right eye does get a little blurry, and that is very scary. I think at the beginning for anybody, it's an emotional blow. I think you feel like your body's betraying you. Your body's attacking itself, and you don't know why, you don't know what you've done wrong. And so I think emotionally it is an emotional blow, and it's tough, and that's where the support makes all the difference. It's a disease of the central nervous system. They think what happens with multiple sclerosis is that your immune system's attacking your nervous system, and so it can be a very debilitating disease. There's a large array of symptoms. It can go from numbness to tingling to fatigue to balance issues to vision issues. We're often mistaken for MD. People think that we're Jerry's kids. We're not. We're multiple sclerosis, not muscular dystrophy. So I think that's one other problem, but something that we're trying to raise MS awareness to free that myth. It affects numerous people all over the world. Now over 2.1 million people have it in the entire world, and that's just people that we know that have it. And so it could affect anybody, and now young children are even getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I think there was a time that when people got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, it was a death sentence. People thought that they were going to maybe die from the disease. That's not to say the disease could be very aggressive and progressive and could cause complications which would cause death. But when you're diagnosed with MS now, that doesn't mean that that it's terminal. I started as a volunteer with the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and it turned into a part-time job, which then turned into a full-time job. And it really is so amazing actually working for the National MS Society. The fact that I have it actually allows me to really relate to the people who call my office every single day. I do know what they're going through. Walk MS is a rallying point for the MS patients and their families and their friends to come together to help create a world free of MS. You go to the MS Walk and you realize, wow, there's so many people in our community that are affected with this disease. And having MS, I know my favorite part about the walk is that I go and I realize I'm not alone. And it's a really fantastic event for the whole community to get together to make MS a part of our past. This year's Walk MS event, Walk MS 2014, will be in Fig Garden Village. Our event has grown so much. Last year's event had over 2,000 participants, and this year we're anticipating even more. Here in Fresno, we have had it for several years, but it has grown significantly. In 2007, the MS Walk in Fresno was a $50,000 walk. The MS Walk in Fresno is now a $155,000 walk. So we've grown significantly, we've raised awareness, and we're making it happen.
When you have it and you see everyone show up, and you're really humbled, and you're just so grateful for the support, and we're very grateful for all of you and for all that you do and on our behalf. And we love you.